By the end of this video, you're gonna find out everything that you need to know about WARPETS since they're finally out, and I'm super excited to share everything about this. So consider this an official WARPETS beginner's guide. What is up guys, MEOWER here back with a brand new Call of Dragons video. So in today's video, we have received what WARPETS are, we got the update last night, and now this will be a pretty much an in-depth comprehensive guide for everything that you need to know about WARPETS. So by the end of this video, you'll find everything that you need to know about them, and then I'll be releasing further videos explaining more in-depth mechanics and such. So for now, consider this your go-to guide for anything related to beginners when it comes to dealing with WARPETS, how to manage them, which are considered good, which are considered bad, how to capture them, and all those different mechanics, because a lot has been introduced to the game. So with that being said, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like the video, and let's get started. So as soon as you log into the game, you'll notice that there is a new icon here. It says Pet Sanctuary. Let me switch to another account right now so we can see what it looks like from the fresh start, and we can take this step by step together. Let me just switch to my 32 account. But however, till we switch, and there are a few things that I would like to point out. Not all WARPETS are the same. Some WARPETS are more tailored towards a certain troop type than others. So to keep that in mind when selecting what WARPET you want to focus on, and it is almost impossible to have the go-to WARPET for you in order to select everything correctly. So now you're gonna log in, you're gonna get this message, Chakcha, the best commander in the game, is gonna be giving you all this exhibition, blah 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 blah, sure thing. And then you're gonna be have prompted to select for any of the 4 types of WARPETs. So you have a lizard. Lizard's main focus is gonna be the mages. Sapphire Furdrake are flying. Rockpeak are the it has a mix of archers and some slight cavalry, physical attack mostly, and bears in general are all related to infantry, endurance, and tankiness. So whichever you want to work on, you're gonna select. So for example, I'm gonna select the Snowpeak Rock, and then we're gonna make our decision. You can always go back on. It depends on you, and then you can see everything here. So right off the bat, you can see we have 4 new icons. One of them is the warrant. Warrants reset every single day. You get up to 5. You start with 2, and then you can open 3 more from the policy tree. I'm not sure if this account has access to policies or not. I guess it doesn't. I will show it off on my other account in a minute. The first policy costs 200,000 prestige. The second policy costs 500,000 prestige, and then the third policy costs 1 million prestige. It all adds up to a grand total of 5 warrants a day. Next up, we got the new currency. They are exchange coins. They're called. I don't know what the currency is called, to be honest. You can buy them for real money, or you can just get them when selling skills is available. You can use them to buy anything from the shop right here. Everything here you can buy, and they get saved in your book. You can buy these and they appear later on in your spellbook. I don't have access to a spellbook right now on this account. Of course, I will showcase it in the other account. And the third currency is the pet token. You get them from interacting with your pets. So every single day, you're going to be able to interact with your pets the same way you can interact with your commanders. Just press this little icon and it will send a token right up there. And if you clean up the Pet Sanctuary right here, as you can see, it does increase the trust with your pets, and it also increases the currency that you can have. And if you keep interacting with them, you're going to add more and more over time, and as you unlock more and more WARPETS and you can capture them, which you're going to be touching on in a further part in the video, you're going to be able to access the gift shop. Now, building off on the gift, let me just switch to my other account right now just to showcase everything properly. Now, I know it does look extremely overwhelming at the start, but as you slowly play it out and read everything and finish watching this video, you will realize it's much more simple than you expect. It's just pretty much going to be a part of your daily routine, managing your WARPETS properly, searching for WARPETS on the map, and all that good stuff. You can see here, I have 4 of those currencies, so I can gift because I unlocked one of those, so I can gift one of my war pets. You can use those currencies in the gift draw. The gift draw is a new type of gold keys, I guess, and gives you a chance to unlock all these stuff, which include food that you can use to vastly increase the trust of your war pets. This is the only way to also access 3-star skills. And of course, it gives you access to all the stuff that you could potentially get. So you can see here there's a lot of stuff for you to get from this list. So over time you're gonna need to constantly keep managing your pets in order to keep up with the currency pretty much in the situation. And finally, the last icon on the top right is how many pets you can have at any given moment. If this does increase, you start off with 5 and then you can start to increase it. You can buy more. You're going to be getting one enclosure expansion for free as you progress in the quests. And if you just buy another, it will add more and more places, and so on and so forth. It just keeps adding up to see how many pets you can have in total. I'm not sure how many in total. I haven't really bothered to unlock everything just yet, but I will unlock as much as I need in order to attain my goals eventually, pretty much. Now, that is everything when it comes to the 4 top right icons. Now, for the bottom icons. You'll notice here there's the standard shop. This is the marketplace where you can buy stuff. Now, do note when you buy this, buy skills from here, they get sent to your spell book. The spell cards you can use on any pets, which is far more flexible than the cards that you can use that you can buy and learn on your pets. For example, say I want to teach my pet a skill type. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to show him here. I'm going to buy and learn, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. Or I can just stock up on the cards I want from this shop. And then eventually, when I see a pet I want to work on, I will start to feed them these cards. It does sound complex at first, but as you try yourself, you find it to be extremely easy. Some cards are better for some types of pets, and some cards are better for some types of attributes, which we will be explaining in a little bit further. Now, there is the sell section, but there is no selling available yet by the developers. They will enable it pretty soon. The second icon is, of course, the WARPET skill cards, and then finally, we got ourselves access to the WARPET enclosure. So right off the bat, you'll see your main pet, the one that you want to use. It has its skills, it has its attributes, and it has its quality. So what is all this? Let's start with the attributes. Attributes are pretty much the type of factor that will increase the effectiveness of skills. So think of attributes as the damage factor in regular skills for commanders. That's pretty much what they mean. You can see here WARPETS have 6 different attributes. Now, it's not necessarily that you need all of them on S. You just need the ones that impact the build that you want to go for. So there is attributes that are divided in S, A, B, C ranks. Numerical values may differ between the 2 attributes as well. So just because you got S does not mean it's the best kind of S, and it doesn't also mean that it's the worst kind of S. So there's a lot of heavy RNG involved in this. Okay, the second part, attributes are determined by the base value and the growth rate. So the base value is 220 right here for strength, for example, on this WARPET. Then the growth rate are fixed, but when you keep leveling up your WARPET, that growth rate, that 20 will increase. So for example, my WARPET now is 35, it vastly increased over time. Now, I'm not sure why it's not updating as much. I don't know if it's a bug or how exactly it's meant to be shown, as the system is still new, so I do expect them to keep ironing out bugs as time passes. And then the formula is the attribute equals the base value, so 20, plus growth rate, which is 2, times the level of WARPET minus 1. So I'm not good at math, I'm not going to calculate that. Anyway, the second icon here is the skills. You've noticed that every single WARPET has a bunch of different types of skills, and you'll notice that every single WARPET has a different bar for each type of attribute. Now, why is that? Because some WARPETs excel in different areas. Just because the WARPET has an S tier in strength does not make it a good strength user. For example, this WARPET, the rock, has an S tier in spirit, but it's not a good spirit user because the bar is not as big as, for example, luck or agility or strength, which is where it excels. And of course, you can see here the bear excels at strength and endurance because it is mainly a tankiness and a physical defense type. Um, the lizard is mainly luck, and some types of lizards are mainly intelligence, such as the ice lizard. Luck and intelligence do pour into mage type of stuff, and spirit as well. So over time, you're gonna be able to figure out which works with what. So try to read a lot, try to watch more videos that I will be posting as well. I know I'm making a lot of shameless plugs, but no, it is what it is. You'll notice that some skills get determined by strength, some skills get determined by uh, intelligence, and so on and so forth. So if you see a pet that has a high tier attribute for strength, for example, you want to focus on giving it the stuff that synergizes well with strength. Which leads us to our next part, which is skills. Now, skills are everything when it comes to WARPETS. Just because you have an S tier WARPET does not mean it's automatically good, which is S tier. By S tier, I mean, of course, the highest legendary quality. The quality does directly impact the type of attributes. However, it's not really the topic right now. Just because you have a high base attributes does not mean it's automatically a good WARPET. Now, you do have a solid foundation to work on, but you need the proper skills in order to synergize and maximize the buffs that WARPET provides. So for example, this WARPET has high agility and high luck. So when I start looking for skills, I look for skills that synergize with luck, and I look for skills that synergize with agility. I still haven't memorized really all the icons and what they correspond on, but over time I'll probably memorize them and be able to find out which goes where. See here, some scale with luck, some scale with endurance, and some scale with strength, and so on and so forth. This is all from the book that you can use them to learn stuff from, and of course you can pick up the rest of them from the marketplace that will offer you higher variety of skills that you can buy in order to synergize with the builds you are working on. Now, I don't think there are many other types of skills that are out just yet. This is like the initial three types that will be focused on for now, unless you get lucky from the gift area and you manage to get a better tier of skills, aka 3-star skills, and you manage to equip them. For example, they synergize here with luck, they synergize here with more luck, more endurance, more strength, and so on and so forth, and of course intelligence, but I haven't seen anything that synergizes with agility just yet. So I am kind of curious what does synergize with agility, unless they all have the same icon. So let's see if we can find something here that synergizes with agility. Nothing here. Nothing here, nothing here. Oh, well, this is awkward. Intelligence, luck, strength, endurance, endurance. So there are no skills yet that synergize with agility. I guess they will add them soon. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So I always want to try to focus on my builds of the WARPETS when it comes to skills. Oh, this one has agility. I see. So this one, for example, has agility. It has this little icon. So every icon on the WARPETS on the skills shows that it is has this little icon. It shows that it is related to this attribute. And there is a special type of skills that shows talent. Now, talents only work with a certain type of WARPETS. So, for example, talents only work with lizards. For example, the Storm Aura is a talent, so it only works with lizards since it did come with the pet itself. Not all pets start with talents because everything is so RNG heavy that it's insane how much RNG is in the system. See here, this is a talent as well. So showcase that later. And then there is the quality. You can select taming every time if you want to showcase what WARPET is on the area or not, but I do recommend to always have 7 out of 7 shown at any time in order to maximize your daily income of the pet sword tokens. Now that is everything when it comes to skills. Now when it comes to regeneration. Now what is regeneration? Regeneration is basically you're re-rolling with those regeneration potions. Where can you obtain regeneration potions? You can get them from the monthly packs. You can get a total of 5 every single day. You can get 20 a week from the VIP shop. Each of them costs like 40 gems, so it's non-existent price. So a total of like, I believe it's 800 then gems a week. And then you can of course get them from the merit shop right here. They cost a decent amount, I guess, but you can get them pretty easily if you're actively farming merits and you're actively fighting. You can end up with a bunch of merits that you can use to buy from the merit shop. Now what does regeneration do? So for example, we're going to take this ice lizard and we're going to go for regenerate. Now regeneration basically means you re-roll the stats and the skill slots it has. So every warpet has a certain amount of slots of skills that can be increased or decreased depending on your luck. So we're going to be re-rolling a couple just to showcase. We're going to be doing one re-roll, so it shows that most of the skills have gotten a little bit of downgrade, and Spirit has gotten a big upgrade. Now I can choose to save this, or I can regenerate again. I'm gonna choose to save this just for the sake of the video, because here now my warpet went from advanced to elite. I can just regenerate again, keep regenerating non-stop. Let's see if we can maybe get legendary for the sake of this video, which I highly doubt, knowing our luck. We can just keep on regenerating as long as we have the potions for it. It doesn't matter how many times we generate, because it's pretty simple and pretty easy to keep getting more and more. Now, I do want a better skill distribution. Sadly, I did not, so I'm just gonna throw this here. And then we're just gonna wait for tomorrow to try to get a higher tier. Now, you can release warpets. As you can see here, there's this little icon that will show that you can release your warpet here. Once it's released, it will be permanently lost, so no matter what you built on it, it will be gone. There is a chance that you will get a skill card here of what's currently shown here. So let's just, for the sake of this video, we're going to be releasing this venomous lizard, though I don't recommend you release anything, at least not in the early game when it comes to warpets. So we're going to be releasing this, and then we got a skill card here. Now this skill card is right here. We can try to use it. Now the way to use it is that when you are showcasing here, for example, I'm gonna be putting it on the stripe bear because it has better synergy. We're just abandoning this. We have a shield protection here, and we're gonna try to learn it. So let's see. There is a chance it will either go to the empty slot or it will be replacing the 2 slots here. So let's hope it goes to the empty slot. And it goes to an empty slot. That's good. That's super good. And now we're done with the bear. You can see here that is how to learning skills. Now do note, when you are regenerating, there is a chance where it will never go less from the amount of skills that you currently have. So be sure if you want to, for example, try to save as many skill slots as you want. Maybe put some buffer useless skills here in order to save the amount of skill slots that you want, and then try to regenerate your warpet. That way you will try to guarantee to have the best amount of skills or skill slots possible, and then just keep re-rolling for the sake of the attributes and the quality, pretty much. Now, where can you find the warpets? I mentioned earlier in the video that you're getting 5 of those. Let me show them in the policy tree and where you can find them in the notice board. They'll be right above military expansion 3. You can get up to 3. Like I said, 200,000, 500,000, and then 1 million prestige. You can search for the warpets either on the map here. Where is it? They go under beasts. Not all warpets are accessible in all zones, and the level of the warpet doesn't really affect anything at all. It just affects the rewards you get if you do decide to attack it, but when you decide to capture it, it doesn't consume any stamina, it doesn't consume any CP, and it doesn't consume anything whatsoever. Rarity does have a slight chance when it comes. There is a higher chance of getting a higher rarity when it comes to levels, but it's almost non-existent. So either way, you should just be farming them at the highest level anyways if you wish. That is completely up to you. It's very optional. I will not put any emphasis on it, but it's completely up to you. But other than that, it is extremely RNG system. You will be getting a lot of stuff. The Sapphire Drake is the best for mage marches, for example. So there are the drakes here, the ice lizards and the sapphire drakes are the best for mage marches. Let's see if we can find what they look like. Uh, Tails, creatures. This one will be the best for mage marches. Um, and the rocks will be the best for the Snow Peak rock will be the best for archers. The rest we're gonna try to figure out. However, these two are pretty much confirmed to be the best for those set types of marches. And gifting war pets increases their affection and you gain pet tokens. And of course, in the future, you will be able to trade war pets themselves. But the way to obtain the skill cards is only going to be through the auction house where you keep buying and selling, and the rates will differ depending on the supply and demand of uh, the skills here. We can see here as it shows in the description. It goes up. The price goes up every single time someone buys it. If the previous day is priced, and then so on and so forth. You can just read this, and it's pretty much self-explanatory. Now there is a stock of every single item. I'm not sure where it shows the stock here, but I can just buy anything I want here right now, for example, and I just can pray to hope to put it on one of my better skill slots if I'm lucky. Other than that, I believe that's pretty much everything for you just to get started with WARPETS. Now, I will be releasing future videos for builds and what to focus on and what not to focus on, the mistakes to avoid. I'm just trying to learn more before I release such a video because I don't want to give any false information or information I'm not 100% confident on. And yeah, I think that is everything that you need to know just to get started with the WARPETS. It seems like a lot of fun. Over time, we're going to be learning more and more. And as we learn more, I'll try to improve on my guides for WARPETS and I'll try to give you the best information possible. On a side note though, we are starting our season 2 tomorrow, so I'll be sure to upload some videos on that. Sadly, I will not be able to stream it just yet. I will be starting to stream from either Friday or Saturday. I will be announcing it on my Discord. The link is in the description below. I would love to see you all there. And yeah, I believe that's everything that you need to know just to get started with WARPETS. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Meow meow.